on.
Oh, looks good.
So funny. Okay, cool. So yeah.
Right,
anyways.
this is it. We're
Oh
here.
my God,
We're live.
Are we really?
This is it. This is the cavalry.
Welcome to the cavalry, everyone.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to be here. I'm excited and I'm nervous to be your first guest.
I know, and you know that you're our first guest because you're one of our few and most loyal listeners.
I do. I listen to you guys every week, and I told my neighbor that I was going to be doing your podcast today, so he went to look it up, and he's like, "What's it called?" And I was like, "The Cavalry." Well, I was texting him, and I accidentally wrote Calvary, and so then he looked it up, and he was like, "You're doing a church podcast?" Do you guys?
Yeah.
Do people get you guys mixed up? Like, does anybody?
I do that all the time in our promos. I always have to fix it.
I'm actively trying to encourage the mix-up because the listener base for the Calvary is so much stronger. So I would love to just poach some listeners.
You guys still are helping people, right? You guys have each other's back the same way,
right.
The big guy does on those podcasts, right?
Basically Jesus.
That's what she's saying.
Guys, you guys are the other Jesus. Like that's it.
Well, that's why I grew my hair out and my beard.
Right.
Perfect.
Johnny,
people are going to get very confused.
Johnny looks like Jesus, and I look like Pontius Pilate or something who sentenced Jesus.
And I look like a girl who needs to go to church.
Yeah.
Oh, we should give Christina a proper introduction. We haven't even introduced.
Oh, for God's sakes. Yeah, that's why we're not good at this. Go ahead, Johnny. You
All
introduce.
right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our first guest, Diarrhea Magoo, is on the screen. No, this is Christina Walkinshaw, and
better known as Diarrhea Magoo.
Yeah, I call her Diarrhea Magoo because everyone in her life is something Magoo. And the first time we worked together, she told me a wonderful story about having diarrhea 3 times during a one-night stand.
Oh my God, it's true. I did, and I was like tucked in. I don't know, you know what it's like to sleep on those beds on the cruise ship. So like one person is nestled up against kind of like the window, and one person kind of has like easy access to go to the bathroom. But I was on the other side of the bed, like so I had to crawl over the guy every time I had to go and do the diarrhea.
In those soundproof bathrooms.
You never want the number of times you have diarrhea with a guy to outnumber the times you actually sleep together.
It was 3 and 3 to be honest.
3 to 3 ratio. Yeah. Oh, good. Okay. At least you were a 1-to-1 ratio.
Yeah. Good.
That's good. You snuck in those 2 other times.
Oh, at least he was
just
a
to
heavy
catch up.
At least he was a heavy sleeper. He woke up in the morning and he was like, I hope my snoring didn't keep you up. And I was like, I hope my diarrhea didn't keep you up. Like, anyways,
you have to sleep with the sleep apnea machine for your ass.
Oh yeah. Oh my
so
God.
That's
true.
disgusting.
Maybe
the
that's
white
why
noise.
you slept through. You slept through it because of your brown noise machine.
It's such a brown noise. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
My body doesn't make white noise.
What a way to start.
And we're off.
And I was just thinking how like last week's episode was so funny too, because Johnny, you were talking about skid marks in your wife's underwear, and then Andrew was like, "You're literally airing out your wife's dirty laundry on the podcast."
Well, yeah, we usually wait till about the 30-minute mark to get into shit jokes, but right out of the gate here with Christina. So that was Johnny's fault. I think Johnny, you brought up diarrhea first. So.
I did.
We don't want to blame
I screwed it up at the introduction.
Yeah. I feel like I trigger diarrhea stories. It's just kind of like my brand.
You have a spastic brand. Look, everybody, this is fantastic. Christina's a hilarious comedian. We've all worked together, not all at the same time, but at separate times individually together, if that makes sense. So very funny, from Canada. And you listen to the show, so you know the format of the show. So
I love
are
it.
you ready to go? What do you need?
I'm-
We'll let you go first because guests, come first on the show.
I feel
so-
bad. I'm not like interrupting any things that you guys need to get
No,
out.
I think we'll go too, but we're gonna let you go first because we've
Very
had,
kind.
10 weeks now to air it out. So
We
we're
don't
pretty
usually
good.
find our flow until 10 minutes into the episode anyway.
Yeah, this is please.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, guys. All right. So, just so your fans know, so I am a single woman who just moved to New York on March 1st, and I was very excited to move here. I romanticized it. I moved on February 29th, and I was like, I'm taking a leap of faith on a leap year, and then I got here, and everyone died, and you guys know that. But so I'm already, and so it took me like 3 months, but I finally started online dating again. So a lot of the stuff that I'm gonna need to I need your back on is kind of what I'm doing with my dating life. And I feel like you guys are good people to ask, not just because you guys
Haven't dated for 10 years.
Yeah. Well, we're really plugged into the dating scene.
I
excellent
missed
at
the whole
this.
dating apps altogether.
Oh my goodness. Well, you're gonna love some of my openers on Bumble. I'll tell you this. But oh my goodness. So I started to date. It's really awkward right now because obviously, like, you can't, I'm trying to practice social distancing, right? So like, I don't know. So then you tell guys, you're like, okay, like, I'm gonna be practicing social distancing. And then this one guy was like, oh, is that still a thing? And then I was like, yeah, like, I don't want to get COVID-19 from a guy I met on Bumble. And then he was like, well, I think maybe we should reschedule our date for a time where we can get closer. It seems like you and I have different sensibilities on this disease. And I was just like, yeah, it seems like maybe you should just move on for me because I just want somebody who's sensible in a global pandemic. But maybe anyways, whatever. That's not even the guy I wanted to talk about, by the way, but so many guys to talk about.
But I think you're on. I like what you said, that you don't want to get COVID-19 from a guy on Bumble. And there should be, like, when they announce that you have COVID-19, you should have to disclose how you got it. Like, you know what I mean? Because there is a hierarchy. Like, oh, if you're a nurse and you're taking care of patients, that's like the number one way to get it. But Bumble is way down there. I went to a pool party, whatever. That absolutely should be something that comes out when you disclose.
Yeah, you don't want to get COVID-19 in like a non-essential level.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like Bumble is,
or at least like
non-essential.
a high. Yeah, if you're doing it like you're going to see a show, at least like a really good show. You
right.
don't want to see it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, nobody ever says, well, she's a real hero. She got COVID from Bumble.
Right. No, if you're gonna get COVID-19, you want to get it off a Hinge.
Okay, Hinge is the one that I'm having more success on, to be honest. Hinge is going better.
Oh, I am.
Never heard of it.
Bumble's been I was gonna ask, like, is there like a language do I have to watch what I say on this? But I just realized we talked about diarrhea for like 10 minutes, so I'm gonna assume no. But Bumble is like a bunch of guys that, like, literally they just want your phone number and then they want to like FaceTime jerk it all over their screen or whatever. Like, that's all those guys want. So
wow, times have really changed. I got married just in time.
Johnny and I met our wives at the sock hop. We went to World War II and kissed a nurse and called it good. And you're trying to tell us about jerking off on FaceTime. All right.
Oh, wow.
We're going to be horrible at this.
It's a real war
go
zone
ahead.
out there.
It's the worst out. Oh my goodness. It's like I feel like one of the biggest pickup lines right now, like on these dating apps, is like, like, don't worry, I have the antibody. That's one thing that guys are like going to. And I have gone on, I've gone on a total of 3, I've gone out with 3 human beings, and I do practice social distance, but I do find that, like, you start 6 feet apart, but then, like, for every beer you have, you lose a foot. And then it's just like,
okay.
Then you get a little bit closer to them.
When you go, right, just for instance, like, what is one of the dates? Like, what does a date look like when you're like, okay, I'm going to social distance? Like, how is that even, like, an outdoor
Yeah.
patio type situation?
Like
Well,
I
I'm
think
guessing.
the first one I went on, okay, I was really scared to date during the tail end of phase one. I think the tail end of phase one is when I started to open the dating apps, but I was really scared because the bathrooms, like it's illegal to go to the bathroom. So like,
Right.
so you can't go to the bathroom. So basically I can go.
Which is a big problem for
You guys
you.
know.
You swiped on the wrong girl.
Oh man, yeah. Maybe it is good that we open with the diarrhea material because now it all comes
Right.
full circle, right?
We've established a baseline here.
Yeah, exactly. So I can't go out with somebody when I can't go to the bathroom. Like, yeah, we can get a beer, we can go to the park. Maybe I can have 2 beers, but then mama's got to go home, right? Like, I can't.
Yes.
There's nowhere to go. It's all illegal. So that was a very stressful time. And then the first date I went out with, he was like, there's an illegal beer garden in Long Island City we can go to. And I was like, will there be bathrooms? And then he was like, yeah, there's bathrooms. I was like, oh my God, what kind of paradise is this? And then we go to the bathroom place. Sorry. I'm the worst. Okay.
I'm just putting myself in the perspective of the guy talking to you and be like, wait, what's super exciting?
No, but you guys, like, I really lost my mind when I went to the bathroom. It was the first time I'd used a public bathroom in like 3 months. And I left the person at the table because that's like my way of telling a guy that A, I'm not on my period, and B, I trust him. So, but when I came back from the bathroom, I was like, that's the first time I've used a public bathroom in 3 months. Like, that was so exciting.
Was it, were you like, was it a public bathroom like inside, or was it like a outdoor public restroom, like a park type bathroom?
No, it was like in a brewery, but
Oh, okay.
it was a big open brewery, a big outdoor space.
Yeah.
But I am pretty sure he thought I was a weirdo. And also I rode a bike there. So I'll take a city bike. And I was still kind of like scared to take the subway. So I cleaned down the bike. It was my first bike ride. I went over the Plansky Bridge and I just like got there and it was just like, I don't even care if this is the worst date of all time. That bike ride was so fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you had like, so it was nice. It was not,
I mean,
it was nice.
It was super fun. Now I feel like I skipped over so much that I want to talk about because like, so on like these dating apps, so you guys probably don't know this, but on Bumble, the girl has to make like the first like interaction. Like I have to have icebreakers with these guys.
Right. I did know that.
Like, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So anyways, but you guys, as since you're the cavalry, these are the things I really feel like I need backup on because I really don't know. You guys are like real men or whatever. So like, I don't know if like,
whatever.
I don't know if I'm leading the right way. Okay. So like, I mean, I managed to get that date, which is very exciting, but that was a good one because he had like a cute picture in a hockey arena. So I was like, oh, you're trying to catfish Canadian girls. But now they'll look back, he might've been in a penalty box, but still it worked. I got on that date. But okay, yeah. So
got on.
So
it.
anyways, here's some
Like
of my
audition.
Bumble. Here's some of my Bumble openers, and you guys can just back me up here and tell me if I'm doing it right. Okay. Oh God. Okay, I'm already embarrassed. Sorry. Okay, just breathe, Christina. Breathe. Okay. Okay. How many listeners do you have? Okay. Sorry, I'm not nervous. Okay.
That'll calm you down.
Right.
Half of them are on the show this week.
It's the equivalent of picturing the audience in their underwear to know our listeners, our subscriber base.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay. So this one I wrote to a guy. Oh, it's me. First move McGoo. Can you see it?
It's what, Magoo?
First move Magoo. But that one,
just
that
funny
one's
'cause
no
you already-
good.
I know
Because-
you already called me out on like calling everybody Magoo, and
Right,
then I'm
I
like,
know.
oh no, it's like, hi, it's me, first move Magoo. Oh, I don't know. Okay. I don't know. Then this one guy, he said in his profile that he was really good at fractions. So then I wrote, I don't know, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
So then I wrote, I'm great at math too. Like off the top of my head, I know that 9 times 9 is 81. I didn't even look that up on a calculator. Boom.
That's good.
That's it.
That's better than including that fact in your bio.
Right. Although,
okay.
go ahead. Keep going. Keep going. And we'll talk about them at the end.
Okay, sorry. I just want to say, okay, hi, it's me, First Move Magoo, without laughing. Okay, then this guy super swiped me. Do you guys know what a super swipe is?
I don't know what that is.
So it's when I think that people with like premium level packages, they like pay money to like be able to super swipe you or something. Or maybe you get like 1 super swipe a day. And this guy super swiped me. And so like I wrote back, oh my God, you super swiped me. Wow. And then he wrote blush emoji. Hi, Christina. What's your favorite thing you've learned in the past few weeks? And then I wrote back that I look cross-eyed on Zoom. And then that's it.
Great.
He never wrote me back.
Huh?
I think he thinks.
I think he thinks he wasted his super swipe on. I do look kind of cross-eyed on here, though, right?
No,
I might be cross-eyed.
I think it's funny, the economics of you only get 1 super swipe, but does the super swipe get him more access to you or something? Like, what is that? Or it allows him to.
I do think that maybe it helps his picture pop up like before a lot of the other dudes, but I can see he super swiped me. So then I know that means he must really want contact with me until he has contact with me.
And so you like you just basically pay for a super swipe?
I think those you either get limited, because you on some of the apps you only get so many swipes a day, but if you upgrade to like premium, you pay your like $10 a month or whatever, then you get like unlimited swipes for a month. So, I'm already going back to bathroom humor in my brain, right?
I know. I was thinking the same thing. You're going to save your super swipes for the special guy.
The guy with the premium package.
Right.
It's like, must have others. So anyways, so I feel like my game, like I feel like there's definitely girls out there that are probably like super, like a little more sexual, and that's like not my game. And so like these are the things I'm coming up with. What do you guys think? Do you think that's good?
I'm going to back you up. I think you don't want to, you're using humor, right?
Yeah.
You're a comedian. You're trying to be funny, and you are funny. So why would you waste your time going on a date with somebody who didn't appreciate your humor from the get-go? It's probably a good filtration system.
Yeah.
The one thing I would say is, I think you have to include like something they would have to respond to.
Oh,
so like in
you're right.
The math one, you're just saying that you know that 9 times 9 equals 81.
Do you think I should ask him what 7 times 7 is?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I'd be like, okay, like ask him to do some fractions, because he said he's got fractions.
I'd be like, okay, so what's the decimal of 4 over 16? Like something like that? Do you think
the other guy, you could have been like, I just think it's funny. He used a super swipe on you, and like, oh, let's see what she says. I got her super swipe. And I look cross-eyed on Zoom. You could have been like, I look cross-eyed on Zoom. What handicap have you recently found out you have?
Right. Yeah.
It's true. Oh my God. That's why Zoom meetings now. I feel like I have to like talk to people like this. That way they don't notice. What? I'm not cross-eyed.
Are you winking at me?
That's a twitch. Oh my goodness.
No, but I think those are good. I think those are good opening lines. I would hope that people would respond to like funny stuff and just assume, because what do people want? So you're saying Bumble though is a universe where it's more like they're looking for instant gratification.
I think, you know what, here's what I can say that I do appreciate about the Bumble creeps. It's like, at least they're practicing social distancing. And isn't it better for a guy to like do it like virtually than like really on you?
I mean,
Right
if
now?
those are your choices. Yeah, I guess.
That would
Between
be
those two,
grosser. I feel like he just saved me by like showing me how gross he is on the internet. Right?
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's, I don't know. I think that's a saving grace of this whole lockdown dating situation, right?
So
I would
do-
Well,
rather.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny because I hadn't thought about it, but the dating universe is got to be so difficult right now. And like, do you kind of like that there's like something to keep you away from people, and it's like a way to like really, okay, if we're gonna go on a date, it has to be like, you have to be pretty committed to the date. It's not like just like a half-ass, let's meet up at 10 o'clock at night sort of thing.
Exactly. And I feel like there is. It is like a safety net because you get to be like, oh, don't touch me, COVID or whatever. But I also
Right.
feel like on the flip side, like once I do decide to sleep with somebody, I'm going to have to like keep using him over and over again, like a Diva cup, like, because I don't want, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have multiple partners right now because then I'm endangering my life and everybody I hang out with.
Okay,
Sorry.
I gotta stop you right there because I know what a Diva cup is. I want to know if Johnny knows what a Diva cup is.
Isn't a Diva cup so a girl can stand and pee? No.
No, I don't believe.
I'm going to take a sip from my Diva cup right now.
No, I think
Oh,
it's
is it
for,
the thing you put in
instead
that
of a
collects your
tampon.
period?
Yeah. And then you
Okay.
like reuse it instead of, you know,
But
using all the products that go in the
What's
garbage.
the thing I was talking about? Like a little,
don't know.
Wait,
I
think
you
a-
don't know.
Sounds like you're making a Shark Tank pitch, buddy. It sounds like you've got an idea.
no, there's a thing. It looks like an athletic supporter, but it's got a little straw sticking out so that ladies can just stand there and pee.
The
and then
Diva
shoot it
straw.
into it.
The Diva straw.
You heard it on the cavalry first, folks.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Please, Shark Tank, or if you're a Canadian that's going to watch this, we'll take it to Dragon's Den. And that'll help me with, with the lockdown bathroom situation too.
Oh, totally. It is so unfair right now, the bathroom discrepancy, because I've peed outside more because we're going on hikes and stuff. You know, it's like the only activity you can do. I pee outside all the time, and I feel so bad for my wife because you're right. There's nowhere to go. She's got to go so far into the woods to pee to actually be able to do it. Where I can just go behind a tree 2 seconds. So
I mean, I definitely have one drunk friend that will just go anywhere, like on the sidewalk here in New York. But I'm not like that. I like a bathroom.
No, you're classy.
Yeah, you're so picky.
I know. Yeah.
The Diva
Pinky's
straw.
up for Christina.
I mean, at this point of the podcast, if they don't know I'm classy, I mean, when will they know?
Right.
They
What are
really
you
got-
waiting for, fellas?
Oh my God. But
Find
I
her
still
on Bumble.
feel find me on Bumble and Hinge. But like I said, I feel like the normal people are on Hinge, and then the perv magoos are on.
But that's what I mean. Like each dating app has like a reputation of, oh, this type of guy's on this. So like,
Yeah.
if you're going on Bumble, if that's just guys whacking off onto their flip phones, I mean, right? Isn't that, I mean, then it's like, well, why don't I just go to Hinge or where they're not whacking off on their phones?
Exactly. I feel like a few guys will like ruin an entire app. And then I told, I live in Brooklyn, and I'm definitely like not a hipster, but now that, I mean, I love hipsters. They made this neighborhood very nice, but I'm obviously a little older than some of the people in my building and stuff. But the girl downstairs made me dinner, and I told her I was like on Hinge or whatever in Bumble, and she was like, "Those are so basic. You should go on Field." So then Field, I guess. Have you
Whoa.
Field? I guess
Never heard
that's
of
like the one, I guess, like more like people in open relationships, and like, I don't know, but she said to go on Field.
Is
And
there
then
a
I
hook
was-
to Field, like the way Bumble is kind of like
We
interesting?
jerk
where
off on our
only the
phones.
right.
I have no idea. I didn't have the balls to go on it because I already tried being in an open relationship once, and I wasn't very good at it. It seems like, yeah. Seems like if I have sex with somebody else, I keep that to myself. It's kind of a whole thing of the thing you're supposed to tell them. Anyways, I sucked at it. But then I downloaded this other one called Where's my phone? Oh yeah, it's here. I'm an idiot. It's what I'm talking to you on.
We're
There's
about to
another one
lose our guest. It looked like you were about
She
to.
had to check
Hang on, let me look it up.
There's another one. I think it's called Lexi, and I downloaded it, but then it scared me so fast because you have to take a picture of yourself like in the moment for your profile. Like you can't upload like your your prom picture like some people do.
Clever.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Which I do think is smart. But truth be told, usually when I'm swiping on these dating apps, I'm like disgusting and like, I just woke up and I'm on my phone. I don't look I don't look
You got your
FaceTime
Diva
ready.
cup on your head and you're just all array.
I'm using my Diva cup on my nose, like taking pictures, sending them to my family.
Oh wait,
like,
so you have to take. That's actually interesting. You have to take the picture every time you use the app.
yeah, you have to
You start
upload.
it.
I don't know because I didn't do it because I was too scared. But I think that the goal of that app is no filtering, no using outdated pictures. You have to take the photo and that is your profile picture. So it's you right now.
I wonder if people ever have a go-to picture. They put it in front of the camera and take that picture of the picture.
Oh man.
Oh,
John's
workarounds
already.
There's workarounds.
That's what I used to do at Disneyland when they try to make you like buy that $20 photo of you coming down the ride. I would try to take a photo of it, but now they're on to me. Now there's signs like don't take pictures of the pictures.
I got yelled at on Norwegian because I went and posed with my water bottle when they have photographers taking pictures of the backdrop.
Oh yeah.
And they took a picture of my picture and they're like, you can't do that. You have to delete that. And I was like, okay, I'll delete it in my room.
Right.
I posted it.
The least enforceable rule of all time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, those are my favorite, the non-enforceable rules. But so now we're in phase 2. So now we're allowed outdoor seating in New York. By the way, like as a single person, I love sitting at a bar. Like that for me, it's like sitting at a bar says like kind of like let's interact with each other. If I sit at a table, it means I want to be alone. But I feel like if you sit at a bar, it means like I'm kind of inventing I'm inviting you to an interaction. So anyways, that's been taken away from me. Okay. But I did have, this is another one I need your back on because this is me in the wild now. This is not me with the dating app, but I went to the Northern Belle, which is a place with a really cute backyard patio here in Williamsburg. And I'm reading this book. I've done it now. Where is it? It's really funny. Okay. I bring I call it single girl armor. Where you bring things so you don't look alone when you're alone. So anyways, I was reading this book. I highly recommend it. This is me doing
I've already taken one recommendation from Christina. I got whatever that I'm a Boss Bitch book or whatever the hell that book is.
No, didn't I make you read Big Magic?
No, maybe you told me about it and I didn't read that, but it was the one you brought. And then I think you
Oh no, it was I'm a Badass.
Yeah, I'm a badass.
Oh my God, look at this. I bought her button. Listen.
Oh my gosh.
Cute, right? Can you hear that?
Do what you love. You create your reality. Feed fear a suck-it sandwich.
And the best one.
You are a badass.
Right?
I think you should bring that button with you to the table to let people know that you're fine and don't need a friend. No, I have my button.
Oh my God, I really should.
That's your loneliness armor right there.
I know. It's like when it's time for another drink.
You can do it.
That'd be great, right? I tell you what helped me get my server's attention. So anyways, I am sitting at this table. This just happened last week. I'm reading my book, right? But it really is very funny. Like I'm laughing out loud. I can't help it. And I laugh out loud at your podcast too when I'm walking around town. So I probably look like weird. Thanks to you guys too. So great. So I know, but that's a compliment to you guys. So anyways, I'm reading my book and then this guy walks by and he goes, "Oh, good book." And I go, "Oh my God, it's so funny." And he's like, "Cool." So then I'm like kind of excited because he's approached me in the wild. Like,
just like in the old fashioned.
Yeah, it was so exciting.
Right.
So, of course, I thought, okay, when I went to the bathroom, it was like my turn to do it back to him. right? Because I'm like, well, he initiated, you know, his comment. So then I should do it back when I go to the bathroom, go to his table and say something to him. And he was like on an iPad in this. I will say that the way that they've structured the tables is really good for COVID. Like there's giant walls between each table. So you could really like nook yourself in. Do you know what I mean? It's like your own personal booth for one.
Yeah.
And so I walked over to his table and I was like, oh, so what are you? Like, are you like Netflix and chilling over there by yourself with the free Wi-Fi here? And he just looked at me and was like, and then he left.
Oh my god. Well, I
Would
think
you have
that-
said something different to him? There's a man, he's
No.
by himself. He's by himself. He's on his iPad. He's
No.
obviously a regular because he has a mug that they keep on the wall for like regulars.
Oh,
So maybe he goes there for the Wi-Fi.
No, I think that's funny. Personally, I think it's okay. I mean, do you think he took it insulting, Andrew? You think is that your guess?
No, I'm guessing he was thrown a little bit by the hitching and hesitation in your delivery of the line. It sounded like you really struggled. Are you Netflixing and shit? Like you're like, I'm gonna leave.
It's true, man.
before-
I did get shy. I do feel like since COVID, like I spent like 3 months by myself in this apartment, and I feel like I lost all storytelling skills. Like I don't know how to communicate anymore. I like for a while there, I thought I had a stuttering problem because I didn't talk to anybody in so long. I do feel like I'm struggling to like get words out of my mouth sometimes.
Well, I think like maybe the way to go. Again, no, your line was perfectly fine. If the guy was like, you know, super interested, he probably would have responded or whatever, and then like struck up. But you also could have just gone back about the book and like said like if you're this is the name of the author, or it's so funny or whatever, because clearly he reached out to you in the first place. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, he
I'm
did,
not
or
being
maybe he thought I was
helpful.
shaming him for like having a computer in a bar as opposed to like a book.
Maybe he was.
I don't
Maybe
know.
he was pretentious. Okay, this is what it was. He was pretentious. It's not your fault. He was pretentious, and so he was complimenting your book because he's like, "Oh, I'm a reader guy. We talk about books." And then he was insulted by you insinuating that he would possibly be watching Netflix instead of reading or doing his taxes or whatever it was that he was doing. So that you didn't need that guy anyway because he was pretentious.
I mean, probably not. But I feel like it's just like at a point now where it's so exciting to have an like I'm not even trying to fall in love at this point. I just want like interactions. I just want to like talk to people. Do you know what I mean?
Like,
so,
how you set it up, you were like, okay, so he went to the bathroom and he reached out to me. So when it was my turn to go to the bathroom, that's what I'm gonna. So I was expecting you to have your line be like, "Hey, my turn to make a mess. I'll see you on the way out."
Guess who has unlimited swipes? Yeah.
I'm gonna go use my super swipe.
It always revolves around the bathroom with these men. Like I can't make my move. I'll go to the bathroom and then it's my turn.
I'll think of what I'm going to say while I'm taking a dump.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, I did. And it's funny because like, so like I've been talking to kind of like are we done with this guy? Are we done talking about this guy?
Yeah. I don't know if we're being that helpful. I think I'm sticking with he's very pretentious. Your line was fine. Like, again, it's a filtration process. If they don't, if they can't laugh and they can't enjoy it, then
yeah, you wouldn't want
good. That's part of the
save your time.
Yeah.
Like but I still kind of want to go back to that bar and like try again. Is that sad? Like
it just sounds like you're bummed because it's so exciting when you have those in the moment actual human to human connection where it's like, oh, someone's reaching out. This isn't an app that you were
exactly.
You were bummed that it wasn't a match.
Yeah, because then I had I had a good interaction at this other bar with that guy. Sorry, I know that he's a regular because this particular bar, if you're a regular, you have a mug that's on the wall, and every time you come in, you get like they fill it in your mug with your name on it. So I could potentially go back to that bar and try a new line. Do you guys have a suggestion?
I mean, I don't
I'll
know
try
what
your
was
line.
wrong with mine that I said.
That's right. Sorry, you did give a suggestion.
It's my turn to make a mess. I think you should take his mug.
I
That'd
should
be
take
make
a
a mess.
mug.
Go make a mess in his mug.
Yeah. Use it as
You're
your
right,
diva
sorry.
cup. All right.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Are
That's
you
good.
still worried about the content of our podcast?
I ruined your podcast. Your podcast is gonna like
There
a
is-
warning on it now.
there
You're
is
gonna
a
have to call your
button-
parents and be like, "Don't listen to this."
Don't worry. That call will not be necessary. But there is a button on YouTube where it says for children, and I'm definitely going to put no.
Oh, I always hit no when I did the promos. I put no for all of them because I'm like, I don't want to get in trouble.
It's not for children.
That's,
It's
yeah,
a weird-
exactly. Not
It's
for
weird
them.
wording. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But then I had a better interaction at a different place. It was 4th of July, and it was like a cute little local place. But again, it's all like social distancing table. And so there was 2 guys beside me, and their friend came. And when their friend came, he looked at the empty chair on the other side of my table, and he was like, "Oh, do you mind? Like, can I take this chair? Is anybody using it?" And I was like, "No." And he pulled the chair away from my table and put it at the table next to me to his friends. I was like, "Oh no, but if you take the chair, you have to sit with me." And then
You did say that.
yeah.
Okay.
But then his friends were so funny, and they backed me up. They were like, yeah, she's speed dating over here, actually. Like, you have to keep going. And then I ended up having a great night. Like, I went back to their apartment, like just the roof, not like anything kinky or anything. And I watched fireworks. So at least I made some friends. That's good.
Yeah.
That's great.
But they were very funny. They were good.
Funny. See,
There you go,
again,
see?
they appreciated the opening line, the joke that you made, and that
Yeah.
was the filtration process.
Yeah, no, that
So
was
you
that was
knew-
fun.
Yeah.
And I made friends, and that was good. So yeah, anyways, I have more. I know this is going to be, you're like,
Well,
how long is your podcast? You're going to be like, I have so many failed dates here.
Well, we got a good. We don't pay for the Zoom. We don't have the super swipe package on Zoom. We do the free, but we did get a notice that they're giving us a gift that we're allowed to go over 40 minutes.
Yeah,
So
it's unlimited now.
we're
Oh,
golden.
We don't have to
Whoa.
cut out and come back.
But I hope we're backing you up enough. So I kind of feel we haven't given you enough solid backup on some of this.
I know. I feel like I haven't even really asked you for like enough backup. Like, I feel like you guys are probably thinking that I think you're therapy or something. I'm just telling you stuff.
No, that's
Like,
that's what I use Andrew for. It's half the night after I say them, I'm like, I don't know what I'm asking. I'm just saying things.
Just getting it out.
You're
It
good.
is
Yeah,
just
it's
good
all
to
good.
talk to people.
Especially now.
Well, we
Oh my
can't go
goodness.
around the room. But Johnny, did you have one this week? Did you want to get out?
Okay, yeah. So, and this is okay. So this is, since we have Christina as our guest. So when I met Erin and we were dating, my wife Erin, I found out later that she almost broke up with me because of she picked me up from work one day and saw that I looked like I dressed like a homeless man.
you're a
And,
comedian.
Well, yes, exactly. And so I was going to ask you just women, men in general, how important is someone's wardrobe in the date? Like, if someone showed up on a date with you and they were wearing atrocious clothes, horrible shoes, non-fitting, just terrible everything, would you be like, okay, this is probably not gonna work? Or would you be like, oh, whatever, he's a free spirit, cool dude?
I mean, I do feel like there's like inequality in how a girl dresses on a date versus how a man dresses on a date. Like, I feel like, although I can be a little slacker Magoo sometimes with my with my dating styles. Like, for surely with that first guy I went out with in Long Island City, I did show up in overalls that I had to pick out of my butt because I rode a bike there, and I purposely parked my bike anyways, whatever. But I feel like I'm not like a snob, like as far as you looking homeless per se, but I have weird things in my brain where if I see a guy in that sort of style, I'm like, no. Like like a guy who's maybe like in some long shorts and then like socks that go halfway up his calf with like hiking boots on. Is that Can you guys get
that's
a visual?
Look. Yes.
Like
yes,
somebody who kind of looks like your dad from the waist down.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that's
Well,
going to be a bit of a buzzkill or like a deal breaker. Not that
What
that looks
exactly-
homeless, but like that's something that makes me, I don't know, that I don't like. I don't like it if I get to see a man's like boobs. Like I don't like it if he's wearing something that's so tight. He has like, you know what I mean? Like I don't like the man boobs. Like it's fine if you have man boobs, but I just think you should wear a looser shirt, like maybe something with like breast pockets there to hide your nipples. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
What were you wearing, Johnny? What were you do you remember?
Okay, so that particular day, I was wearing these, I don't even know what you'd call them. They're slacks, pants, but they were pleated and they were called tapered, and they were
tapered.
like, and
Yeah.
they had the flannel lining on the inside. So when I got them, I was like, oh, these are the most comfortable pants. It's like wearing pajama bottoms.
This was
work.
2004, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I'm like,
No, because it was 2006 or 7.
Okay, yeah, because I dated a guy in like the early 2000s, but I think it would have been 04, but he was wearing the tapered pants. And then I had a talk with him. I did talk about the tapered pants.
And then I had big bulky like Vans shoes, like skater shoes. But she said, I was telling her, okay, this is my topic for the podcast today because Christina's on it. And she said, well, you have to specify that they were the nerdy Vans, not like the cool ones. Like you were wearing.
Okay, I also have a problem. I also have a problem with the checkered Vans because I got
No, they weren't checkered.
I got burned. Okay, because I did get burned by a guy in the early 2000s that wore checkered Vans. So now I'll never trust a man in checkered Vans.
I don't think I've ever had those.
Okay, then they're slip-on ones. They don't have laces because
Oh yeah.
One of those guys.
So you were your Vans slip-ons or no?
I mean, I slipped onto them because I kept them laced up loose. But they're like the big puffy, the big puffy ones. You know what I'm talking about? The big puffy skater shoes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No. I do. Yeah. They would be sold at that store Zoomies. Remember that store Zoomies at the mall?
Yeah, total Zoomies.
Yeah. You had the Zoomies look.
You could also get them at Sears.
Right.
Yeah. Is where I tried it. And then a really loose, like too big for me. It was originally white, but like stained yellow just from, ring around the collar. Sure. She was like, I don't even know how your job, they didn't talk to you about your wardrobe. Because I did. I looked like a homeless. I had long hair like this, and I just like stumbled out of there like, hey, my date's picking me up.
They're like, sure, Johnny. Yeah. Are you sure you don't need a bus pass? We know your date's coming, but just take this just in case.
Because me and my friend Laura, we used to like when I was still like a server in Toronto, we would kind of we had nicknames for guests. We couldn't call them customers. We had nicknames for guests. None of the nicknames were particularly good, but there was one man who kind of like walked in the bar every day like he was a celebrity. Like he just, hey, it's me, I'm in your bar, right? And he always wore pattern shirts, like those kind of dudes that wear like button-down shirts that kind of look like you work at, I would say Trader Joe's, like not that extreme, but like always pattern shirts, like men with like flowers on their shirts or like.
But they're
leaves.
nicer shirts, right? They're like expensive shirts, but they have the repeated patterns over and like the little seagulls or whatever all over.
Yes. So now, but me and
I know
Laura
what you
will
mean.
still call those shirts like the JMC collection because it's the initials of the particular guest that would come in. So now when we see a guy wearing one of those shirts, we're like, oh, the guy's wearing the JMC collection. We were really mean servers. Like, behind your back.
To give you backup, Johnny, or just to play devil's advocate, maybe it doesn't matter how you dress. Really, maybe you should be looking past that. Because look, if your wife had trusted her instincts and broken up with you from the way you were dressing at that point, she would have been breaking up with her future husband.
That's so true.
Exactly. I think
Yeah.
I wonder if she was just too deep at that point. I don't know how far it was. 'Cause I was told this story in retrospect. I had no idea at the time. and then here's another outfit. Because she reminded me when I told her the topic. She's like, now ask about this. So wide-walled corduroy pants.
Oh, I can already picture.
So I would wear those. They're so comfortable. They're better than sweatpants.
Did you have a wallet
wear them.
chained to your
Yes.
pants?
No, I wasn't
Yes.
a skater. I wasn't
Do you
a
have
skater.
that? Okay.
That would have
And so are those
actually
guys-
made more sense because it would be like, oh, that's that kind of guy. But I was like, I'd wear those pants really loose, and they were green. I'm colorblind, so I thought they were brown when I bought them. And they were green, and I would wear my winter coat was wide wall corduroy as well.
Are you in California at this point? Or are
You
you?
were like
No, this is Wisconsin.
you were like
I was gonna
Bizarro
guess.
World Jay Leno.
Yeah.
Corduroy.
Yeah, the corduroy tuxedo, right.
Did you have an extension cord belt? Did you ever do that move?
No.
Where you tie out the extension?
No, but I know what you're getting at. And I will tell this story. This is very true. I don't think I'm the only person that's had this encounter, but I have been offered food by, I was in Chicago, and she went, this wasn't my wife. This was I was just on a trip with other girlfriend, and I had my head down waiting for her to come out of the bathroom. And one of the employees came up to me with a cheeseburger and said, hey, do you want a cheeseburger? Do you need a Because he thought I was just homeless lounging in the back of a McDonald's.
And right then, that didn't tell you maybe I should up my wardrobe game.
I don't know what was wrong with my brain because I told the girl right when she came out. I should have just kept my mouth shut. I was like, hey, guess what? This is so funny. He thought I was homeless.
My wife definitely probably had the same thoughts your wife did when we first started, because I was not a good dresser when we met. I've definitely upped my game since. I dress better now by far than I did, 10, 12 years ago. So
yeah, but you're making a valid effort because I mean we worked together in February and March on the cruise ship, and you were telling me the things. So I'm doing this, I got watches and just I took offense to everything. Like, what? You thought I looked like a homeless man? That's my style. What are you talking about?
Oh, so you thought you were pulling something off.
I thought I was cool. I was like, no, this is cool.
Now I feel
Johnny Beaner look. But it's
it's
been beaten out of me over 10 years of marriage, so there's no.
Now I feel bad that I said anything about that boyfriend I had in 2004 with the tapered pants, the tapered jeans. Because I literally had a shirt that year that said "Backstage with Clay Aiken." It's true. It was a pink shirt. It was and I loved it. I love my Backstage with Clay shirt.
Oh,
Meanwhile, I'm giving this guy grief.
If you had that shirt now, do you know how cool you'd be in Brooklyn walking around with your Backstage Clay Aiken shirt? That'd be like the coolest shirt in the city.
I wish.
Hop on eBay, try to get it back.
I know. It's really cute. I wish I still had that. Anyways, whatever. And to be fair, I did like that boyfriend a lot. He was very nice. And I did nair his back. Have you ever done that? Oh, no. You really haven't.
No, I've never done that too.
I'm not. And if I have naired my wife's back, I'm not going to talk about it on the podcast. It definitely would not be.
That's not podcast fodder.
No.
Sometimes I forget I'm not talking to women. I'm sorry.
We get that a lot.
You've nared when you nair a guy's back.
Yeah,
Oh, sure. I've never had anyone nair my back.
Me neither. No.
I've done it. And yeah.
I've never used nair. Does the hair fall off instantly? Or is it like
it's
2 to 3 day process?
Well, with this guy it was, but it was like you put it on and then it has to sit on your back or wherever you need to nair, and then you kind of wipe it off. I think like 10 minutes later, but it has to stay on your back for a bit, and then it's just this process of wiping the back with a cloth. It smells really bad, by the way. Nair smells very bad. Yeah,
That
and
might
then
be
you
good for
just
you.
have to wipe the hair off the back and hope it goes down the drain.
Ugh.
I know.
Yeah.
Maybe I
It's
should put
not-
that on my profile.
It's
We'll
not
narrow
as,
your back.
Put it
it's
in your
not as
bio.
romantic as it sounds.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
God.
All right, Andrew.
This is-
What do you need back up then?
Okay, yeah, I'll go quick. This is a quick one. This actually occurred to me today. So we were getting breakfast, like a little coffee shop there, but it was only outdoor. Like in Portland, a lot of the coffee shops set it up where they've like plexiglass their front door, and they have like a little slit that they like hand you the coffee through, like a payday loan place or something. And then we were getting bagel sandwiches and coffee. So I walk up to, there's no one in line. I walk up to the front, and there's no one there to take my order, but they have one of those bells, like those service bells, out on the
Yep.
counter.
Oh.
And I have,
Sorry.
yeah, not a button.
Yeah.
Not a button.
You
I
got
would've-
this, girl.
I would have instantly pressed the button. I would have had no problem pressing, but I have like total anxiety about hitting one of those service bells.
Yes.
Like, you
So
know,
do
you go to
I.
you check in at a hotel and late at night and there's nobody at the counter and they have one of those bells. It's like, I'm
Yeah.
not just gonna, like I'm Lord Fauntleroy or whatever, and just start banging a bell, you know?
It's like-
it's so aggressive.
It is a
But what
great. It reminds me of like Faulty Towers or like some
Yeah.
like oh, I feel bad hitting the bell too. I got your back on this one. I don't like hitting that bell.
Yeah.
Oh my, so what I do instead, it's like I stand there for a while just praying to God someone will come. But of course they don't, because they're like, well, if anyone's there, they'll just hit the bell.
Yeah.
You know? So I stand there for a while. Then I start like shifting my weight, or like if I were in a hotel, I would like really put my bags down loud, like hoping, just like make a big racket out of walking in, hoping that would get their attention.
Yeah.
But then I press it and I kind of ding it because I don't want to really smack it. But then if you ding it too soft, you're like, well, maybe they didn't hear you, and now you have to ding it again. Now you're dinging it twice. It's a night. Those bells are nightmares.
They really are. I don't feel comfortable dinging them at all. I don't. Although, yeah.
I think
If-
people that are very comfortable dinging them have a character flaw. There's something wrong with being that
Yeah.
comfortable. Being like, I here.
Exactly.
then,
It's
like-
very demanding.
And then like part of me is like, well, you know, the bell's there, and the worker is like, okay, I'm in the back. I like to have the bell, and that way I can hang out in the back until someone comes. But my wife, I was telling my wife about this, and she was like reminding me, like, yeah, but workers aren't always like rational. She's like, sometimes I just be in a bad mood at work, and like someone would ask me for a water, and it's like, who's this piece of shit thinks he need a water? It's like, I'm not gonna give him a water, you know? It's like, but it's like your right to ask for a water. So it's the same thing with the bell. It's like, maybe it's a good, but then you start ringing it, I'm sure the person in the back's gonna resent me for ringing the bell. So get rid of those bells. We need a totally
I
different
think
system.
maybe they put it out there on purpose, knowing there's people like us, and he's like, they're not gonna bother me. What, are they gonna ring the bell and summon me?
Right.
I mean,
They're
I
too
feel like it's
passive-aggressive.
I feel like some of the coffee shops even here in Brooklyn, like the person who's working at the coffee shop or whatever can be like right in front of you, but on their phone, that it's like you almost need the bell even when you can visibly see the employee.
Oh,
It's
that is the most aggressive mood ever, to
Like-
ring it in somebody's face.
When they're
Oh my
like right
God.
there. Like,
Ding ding.
Wow.
hi, I'm here.
Oh,
Ugh.
I wish I could. I would have to live like 1,000 years to get the confidence to ring a bell in somebody's.
Oh.
You know, it would take.
I
me a
know, man.
long
I don't
time
know
to
if
build that up.
if they're in front of you and they're on their phone. It'd be easier for me to ring it then than if they're like around the corner and back. Because it's
That's
like, you're on
true.
your phone, I'm right here, and you're not acknowledging me.
Oh, it's
Ding,
so
ding,
strong.
ding. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
The other move, I guess, the other move, if you want to be real asshole, is just to bring one of those bells with you wherever you go. And so if someone's
Aw.
ignoring you. Someone's ignoring you on a date, you just bring your bell out and ding it.
That'd be
Well,
a
now
good
it's-
dare. Even when they're not ignoring you, just walk up to someone. How can I help you? Ding.
Big.
Yes, you can. Oh wow, you're here already. Prom.
You know, it's funny actually that Johnny, you brought up your clothes on a date because now that I think about it, I am superstitious about what I wear on a date, the same way I'm superstitious about clothes as a stand-up. Like, do you guys have like lucky shirts as a stand-up? Like, you're like, this shirt always works. This shirt has a good set. Or like sometimes I wear something and I bomb in that dress and then I like can't wear it anymore. I have to give it away to like Goodwill or a clothing exchange to another comic. But like, I'm feeling this.
It's not so superstitious. It's more like, I know in this shirt I'm comfortable and I don't worry. But I do have outfits where I'm like, I'm too thinking about like how it looks on me while I'm on stage, and I don't like that.
Same for me. Like I'm like in a jacket, like a suit jacket. I'm like, I'm never gonna do as good.
Yeah.
So I try to avoid it unless it's super necessary.
I mean, I hate dressing up for stand-up, but I know I have to on the cruise ships. But on the dates, I noticed like, so I've only been out with 3 guys, but I wore the same dress twice because it like did well on the first guy. So then I wore the dress again for the second guy because the dress did well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're that's a superstition thing, or do you think you just look good in the dress?
I don't know. I think that it's just like I have a really weird setup in my apartment and I have to like hop over my bed to get to my closet. And so sometimes I don't want to go there. So I just wear the same thing as yesterday.
Okay, so this is not superstition at all. Laziness.
This is a total change of approach.
Oh, it's my lucky bat that I use every time I hit. Well, mostly because those bats are way over there. I don't want to get it.
I don't have to climb over the dugout to get.
For God's sake, the whole process with the bat boy and just that.
It's true. And that first guy I went on a date with, tell me if this looks desperate, but he's a podcaster. And I subscribed to both his podcasts and gave him a 5-star review.
Oh yeah, that's
Is that too much?
No, no.
Strong. Feel like he'll know.
Right. He'll definitely know. Yeah. He'll definitely know that he'll know of every review.
I gave you guys
anything like me and Andrew, he'll see it.
He'll see it.
I feel like you guys have lots of reviews now, or you have a handful.
Well, we could always use more.
You
could always use more. Your review, the title of your review is so long, there's no way for me to know what it says, because it's like, these guys, I know this is I know, and then it gets cut off. It says ... and then it's just your review, but I don't know what the name of the review is.
Even like Apple Podcasts was like, Jesus, I can't listen to this.
Jesus, like Diarrhea Magoo.
It's the same as my actual comedy album. Like the first album I made, I didn't really think about like naming the tracks properly, and some of the track names are so long you can't see them on my album. It's like, it was like literally the first track on my comedy album is the first joke that went so bad that I thought for sure I wasn't going to use this recording as my comedy album.
That's great.
Because I did bomb in the beginning.
How much of it shows up? How much of it shows up on your?
Like 2 sentences. No, sorry, two words. No, not even 2 sentences. Like it's barely any of it. Just like, oh well.
Well, that's not.
Yeah. Oopsies.
It says a perfect podcast for these ... and then you just got to read the review. I don't know what that's what I got cut off at.
Oh no. Well, at least you guys have. I think the sign of a sad podcast is when you go on it and it says, this podcast doesn't have enough reviews to post any reviews or whatever. It says something like that. So at least you guys have posting, like there are reviews up there. It means you have
the worst review you can get.
is no reviews.
No reviews.
Yeah.
No, we do strongly encourage listeners to leave a 5-star rating and a full review.
As we will, give you support.
Yeah. I'm going to share this with my friends. I feel like people are curious. It's how I'm doing down here. And I did curl my hair. So if I look like shit, I probably wouldn't share the podcast. But at least I made myself look like, I'm doing okay. So it's shareable. It's a shareable style.
You look fantastic. If you want to see Christina Walkinshaw, you have to watch the podcast on YouTube.
It's literally the only show I've done in months. So perfect for these COVID times.
Do you want to plug some stuff? Do you have some stuff?
Yeah, I have so much stuff coming up, Andrew. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Seems like I'm going to be doing nothing tomorrow. You can find me at the Northern Bell.
No, you should follow
trying to hit on people.
Christina. Follow Christina on Instagram. Your Instagram stories are very funny. A lot of people Instagram stories are very boring. Your Instagram stories are very funny.
Woo! Well, I am a fitness guru, you know. So
Yes.
fitness guru. Did you guys post for Save the Arts or whatever, the comedy world? It's probably
No,
too late
God.
to get into that. Oh yeah, I didn't either. I was like,
I completely missed that, so that's how bad.
oh my
I am.
god. I do like my Instagram stories, but I am thinking about blogging again about dating in the time of COVID. And I have written something, but right now it's 3,000 words. It's too long. So I am going to try to blog again. If anybody wants to read the more graphic details of maybe one date that went too far, I would say keep your eyes open. Follow me.
Ooh,
teaser.
geez.
Oh yeah. You know, yeah. Sometimes, you know, he had the antibody. It's fine. It seems like I was alone for a long time. Wow. Oopsies. It's
Is
okay.
that all, you can just take that as like if you do get the antibodies, do they give you some sort of certificate, or do you just people just say that?
I mean, I'll find out. I don't know. I need to go get my antibody test. But I'm also like, well, what if I don't have the antibody and then I catch COVID from all the people with COVID and line up at the City Med? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Life is full of risks.
And I'm Risky
That's my
Magoo.
advice.
So
Risky Magoo.
No, I'm not.
Loads Magoo.
Loads Magoo.
When you were talking about
Loads
having
Magoo.
nicknames for the people when you were a waiter, I was like, oh, it's not as bad as Loads Magoo.
I really like to give people nicknames, but particularly people I don't really plan on knowing. So I feel like that's the key to my nicknames. I also nicknamed a regular L. Ron Hubbard. You know, you just give give people the name that you think that suits them. L. Ron.
Sure.
Right.
L. Ron.
Is the podcast over? Did I ruin it? Okay.
I keep looking for like a creative way to take it out. You know, like L. Ron Hubbard, L. Ron, and it's like that's it. That's the end of the show. I don't know. There's no creative way out of this. So thank you, Christina. You're a
Thank you for
fantastic
being
first
our first
guest.
guest.
Thanks. Sorry, I feel like I got too giggly and I laughed too hard. But and people can be like, that girl wouldn't stop laughing. But it's just not every day I get to talk to people. It's very exciting.
People
No,
will
I thought it was
understand.
Great.
And you were fantastic. Cool. And yeah.
What is your Instagram handle? Walkin' Sauce?
I'm at Walkin' Sauce. Yeah, at Walkin' Sauce, pretty much across the board. Yeah, on Twitter, Instagram, even Tumblr, which I might dig back into for my blog, because I used to have a really popular first date blog and like a long time ago. But yeah, so yeah, at Walkin' Sauce. Check me out.
That's it. That's it. Thanks, everybody. Bye, Johnny. Bye, Christina.
All right.
Bye, guys.
everybody.
That was so
See you
fun.
next time.
Some diarrhea.
The cavalry.